Hello and welcome at Stocks Advisor again. Here at our channel, we are looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks. Today we'll talk about BALY, traded at New York Stock Exchange, ticker name BALY. And this is intraday analysis. You can see this is a red-yellow candle. Yellow means that it's still intraday. So on this daily chart, the candle is not fully formed, but we can see some trends here. So what we can say overall about BALY? Well, it's after having last Friday, very significant white candle here. We don't see continuation of the trend, but we see actually kind of a stopper here, the small red doji-like candle with a small body and some reasonably, let's say, pronounced upwards and downwards shadows. Usually this candle means that chart is deciding actually where to go. Also, it's interesting to see that the volume traded today is much lower if you compare it to previous trading sessions. You can see the volumes were quite high here. So in that sense, it means that people still hold it. So the price is still there. You don't see that much being sold. So there is still some hope to go higher. But this also creates a danger of sell-off, because if it will be seen that price is not going any higher, the strong correction will start here. Actually, today the candle will show approximately where we go. If it shows really significant move down, then we know that upwards move probably is ended and then correction starts. If you speak of this stock, technically you can see we're very overbought RSI-wise. Also, this is happening after being really long time going upwards here in this area. Meaning that actually if we look as a linear growth, we did really significant move almost during 1 month. And now the time is to decide what's next, because if you see the numbers, it's 83.95, almost 84 for RSI. It's incredibly high. Historically, we didn't see it half year for this stock at least. Also, if you look for MACD, this is very interesting. It's extremely too high, let's say overbought MACD wise, if you can say so, because you can clearly see after the overall trend started here. Beginning of November, we made one big wave, then smaller one, and then we see like a big upwards move, and seems like it's stopping now. So we need to go either downwards or at least to make some slight swift down and then to restart. For example, like it was here in June, you can see we did a very small one up, and then this caused this kind of zigzagging, legging up situation. If we still have so, we need to go a little bit down MACD wise. Also, this would mean that price should a little bit decline. So with this having said, let's say technically there is no support resist lines here visible, because this is still the wave going upwards, but there are some indications that it might be already about the end, because if you look for free moving averages, and by the way, we have here free moving averages depicted. It's moving average 20, 50 and 200. Being green, blue, and red lines correspondingly. So coming back to the right side of the analysis, if you look at the moving averages, you see that moving average 20 is actually going like this, but then you see this clear here, this clear region going upwards. So this is accelerating upwards, which is nice. Usually until this holds, the price will go higher. And since the volume traded here is still not big enough to bend it downwards, it's a good sign. If you look for moving average 50, it's similar behavior, although the angle is a little bit lower. It's also kind of a linear, but it looks like it's trying to bend a little bit. And if this is confirmed, then it would mean that moving average 20 could follow it, and then this would be the end of the trade. So at least, and for moving average 200, okay, this is too slow one. So it's still accelerating, but it will never be deciding on this fast moves, any kind of price action. So what could be happening here? We could at least have two peaks, meaning that the price might decline further, then do some spike, either not higher than this level or even higher. So this is completely boost mode analysis here, and then decline. So for both to be prepared, we need to, at least if you want to play this, you need to be very carefully entering, and if any decline happens, it wouldn't be advised to enter here anything, let's say, higher than 42. So it should be very clearly seen how to play here. First of all, if we see downward spike today, this might mean still we can have kind of a U-shape. And if you want to prepare for the U-shape play here, you can slowly enter. But for this, extremely volatile, almost non-technical plays. It's more like a critical, let's say, or critical play. You need to be very careful how you buy and don't hold it too much. Let's remove this for clearance. Don't hold it too much because otherwise you can actually lose money. So looking again carefully here, what we can see, there are some volatility points clearly can be seen here. One is of course the low of actually opening of today, and it's somewhere between the low and opening is really a strong volatility point. If it happens during the candle, one candle, so during the today action, you can enter, let's say, anything below 42 of today. So therefore, let's draw this draw it as a gray line. So if this happens today, the blue line would be if it goes any further later. Let's say with 2 trading sessions, you can take some bite here, but then immediately sell on rebounds. And of course, the next volatility point, which could be bought here, is just on this level. So just below, let's say 40, just above 46. And of course, then the further one would be here. And then it's just the beginning of the wave. It's here. So there are volatilities, not really supports because there is nothing to support. But usually this can be playing for reversal. And again, if you want to make a very safe trade, you don't need to rush for possible, let's say, profits, because then it's purely casino. If you want to do it, it's up to you. But if you want to make it very safe game, then again, if today it crosses 44, just 42, buy with one portion. If not, just let's name the lines here. So this would be V1, V2, V and 4 lines. And with these lines being named, actually, the first entry advised here would be between 40 V1, V2, first entry. Then anything if goes further down, it will take longer time. Then probably anything that spikes below V3, V4 would be immediate buy again for let's say reverse play. And then there is a real support line here. You can see it at 28. So let's call it S1. So anything that goes below, again, not given. If it goes below S1, then it will be immediate buy again to average down play. And here it's advised to play with 1, 2, and 2 average down approach, meaning that here you buy with 1 portion, 2 portions, and 2 portions. So you take all money you want to play here, split it on 5, then you buy with 1, 2, and 2 entries according to the advice here. Again, being very safe. If today price plungers before 42, you can buy again with 1 portion here, but then sell immediately after reverse. What could happen here? Price could slightly decline and then do the V shape. If not, at least it will do once return just based on this enormous upwards move that will require some volatility here, so you can play on it and make some small profit or bigger profit. It could be really more than 10-15% depending how you enter, but should be very cautious and careful because these kind of spiky movements are also known for quick let's say corrections or so-called pumps and dumps, so you need to be very careful. But overall it could be played well because the company itself is not that small. It's actually 1.4 billion, but again it's 1.4 billion with a given spike, so yeah, let's say around 1 billion would be the more or less real, well, real would be not correct word, but let's say the historical market capitalization before these spikes. So knowing this, it's still quite stable if you play very carefully and cautiously. It might take some time to make some profit, but if you know how to enter, you are not too greedy, not too aggressive, controlling yourself, and not too emotional, then you can still make some profit with Bally. Overall, very promising if you catch the right momentum for this one. With this having said, that's all for Bally for today's episode. Also, if you're first time watching this video or you're first on our channel, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Also press the bell button. This way you will not miss our new videos and new interesting discussions for US-based stocks.